When was the last time that you were obsessed by something or someone? It's not always a nice feeling, and to have this sense of just being consumed by our thoughts is often quite a painful sensation. Obsessionality is something that runs in all of us, and it's a personality trait. It's not limited to OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, which is what we commonly associate the trait of obsessionality with. So the stereotype is going over and turning off and on light switches several times, or washing your hands 100 times a day. Now, we've all had moments of obsessionality in our lives, often when we're preparing for an exam or for a big presentation, something like that. Jonny and I have been far down the rabbit hole of obsessionality with fitness. And really, it's why we do what we do, and it's why we produce the content for you. Jonny, as an accountant or an ex-accountant, loves spreadsheets and will tabulate anything in his life that can be tabulated. I love medicine, and as a medic, obsessionality is highly overrepresented in both of our populations, accountants and medics, and it's often associated with success as well if it's directed into the right avenues. Unfortunately, it's something that can get away with us, and it can spin us out of control. And there are every year a couple of people that drop out of med school for addiction, for drug problems or eating disorders, which are both manifestations of this obsessive mindset. So if you've ever done an extended diet, you'll have experienced what we call diet brain, and that's where you get this kind of tunnel vision feeling, and that's what this picture of Homer Simpson is. So this may be very familiar to you, where there's the sense of donuts or food or whatever starts to overtake and get bigger and bigger throughout the diet, until eventually all of your thoughts, or like 90% of what you're thinking, is focused around when's my next meal going to be, I'm so hungry, I can't wait for this, or if you're invited to a meal for friends, rather than being excited about seeing your friends, you're just thinking, how am I going to track the macros for this? Oh shit, and it becomes a real obsession. So the solution is not to eliminate our obsessive tendencies. As I said, they are often responsible for our success in certain pursuits. But what we need to do is leverage the obsessional traits to our advantage. It's not a bad thing in itself, but we have to learn to be obsessive about the right things. And we will always be on your side with that. We're always going to make content to ensure that you are focused on the right stuff and we don't overblow the minutiae. Something that we used to do is get really sucked into the rabbit hole of carb timing and caffeine timing, and when you have your leucine and what rep range to train in, all of this stuff. Whereas really we need to become obsessive about just being consistent, building those habits, learning to turn them into second nature, and then slowly releasing that neurosis, that kind of thought cycles around it. Ultimately, we learn to give less of a shit about all of that stuff, focus on all of the right things. And so the lesson from all of this is learn what matters, focus your efforts on that, stay updated with our content or with any content that really distills and prioritizes what you need to do, rather than just keeping you spinning your wheels. A great first step would be downloading our free ebook. It talks about managing social situations with MyFitnessPal and tracking, and still being able to hit your weekly targets while being able to enjoy your life. And also check out the Habits 101 video that I did a few weeks ago. I'll put a link to both of those in the description below. Cool. If you like this stuff, please give us a like, share, and a comment, and let us know. There we go. Like and share. That's massive. Chris says, I can relate to that. I need to learn to take more of the low-hanging fruit. Absolutely, Chris. And it can often be a sense of procrastination when we're worrying about the minutiae, because we feel like it's keeping us going. We're making these small wins, but sometimes we don't have the big rocks in place. All right, guys. As always, like, share, comment. Let us know if you want us to cover any specific topics in the live streams, and we'll speak to you soon.